G'day, how yous going? This is Ian Harris from Australia here, and today we are going to do a painting of two moons in acrylic. This is for beginners, so it's going to be very easy to follow along. Okay, we're going to have a bit of everything in there, an old hut with trees across and a couple of moons in the sky, or a planet on the moon, okay? So let's get going and have a go at this. Okay, so we'll get this onto the easel there and we'll go through the brushes and the paints we're going to use, okay? So if you come over here to my palette. Okay, on my palette I've got just white, and it's a flowing white, it's not a sculptured white. And over here I've got phthalo blue. And we're going to need a couple of cutouts. I've cut out already for a smaller and a larger moon. Okay, we're going to use retarder in this because retarder is going to help our paints, the skies to flow, and also a trigger bottle. Okay, and I'm just using a couple of basic brushes as well, a 1.5 and a 2-inch brush and a fan brush and a couple of knives. So first of all, we'll wet the board, get the paint you want to paint. Now see the retarder, I'm just putting it onto the palette next to the paint. I'll get the paint and I'll rub into it, and that's going to allow that paint to stay wet longer, and because I've wet the board a bit, it's going to help spread it out nice and easy. Don't be shy with it. It's just the more retarder you put in there, the longer it will take to dry if you do not have a hairdryer. And this is going to involve cleaning your brushes as well, so I'll clean this one up. Okay, a third colour I forgot to mention is dioxazine purple. Now I've got retarder in this paint as well. Now I've got my hog bristle brush. I want to put this onto the board roughly where I want the bits of depth into my clouds here, okay? And then I'll grab my blending brush and I want to blend this into the white. See what that retarder's doing? My little cat Steve is down there playing with the curtains. See, putting that white on allows this to happen. Now the more I blend that, the lighter it'll go. You can play with it, practice with it, get your blending right, because I just want some depth of purple in there amongst all the blue. Okay? Might do a little bit over here for a corner bit. See, I'm putting it on. See how easy that is? And then blending. Now don't blend so it stops like that. You want to put some character into it. Smear it out and let it whisper into the atmosphere you got going on your board there. And maybe a bit, I reckon, probably down the bottom here as well, a bit of darkness. Not too much. Less is more, as they say. You get an idea what we've got going on the board here. Okay. Okay, see, I've put my retarder with the phthalo blue. Now I'm getting me clean fan brush again, and I'm dragging it into the retarder there. Okay. And I'm going to come to me palette, and instead of brushing it on, I want to put it on like so, grabbing me blending brush and blend all that in. Okay, leaving some dark bits, get it into that purple. Okay, we'll get some more paint on there. Now remember, this has got retarder in it. Just put it on and I'm going to blend. Practice your blending if you feel you have trouble blending. That way when you're doing a painting, you already know how to execute the moves without ruining your painting. I've done that in my earlier years, just tried everything, and I should have practiced first. Alright, well, I'll finish blending this in. Alright, now we've got clean brushes again. We've done the background, we've blended everything in. We want to get some misty areas in there, so as I've done in other videos, we'll just put it on with the fan brush, dab it on, get your blending brush. Now this isn't a cloud, it's just going to be mist at the moment. Just lighter tones in that blue. Get some more on. I hope you can see that. And we'll put a bit over here as well. Just like that. And blend that in. Now if you want to give it some dimension like I've shown in previous videos, once you've blended this, I'll just show you on this corner here. Once you've blended that mist in, see, and the retarder's keeping that quite wet for acrylic paint, which is good. Put a bit more over it and blend just those bits into there if you can, and I'll show you how it's looking. But a lot of this is just background because we're going to have some clouds here. Okay, let's get some clouds in here. I want a few up here. So let's twist your fan brush as I'm doing it, and I'm going to blend the bottom of that cloud down. Now be sure, clean that brush so when you're picking up more white paint it's not contaminated, and we can get over that. See how it's gone over that layer there? Blend all this down. Try not to make the mistake of blending that hard bit into that, because then it all becomes one. Now I want to get some more over here, nice fluffy clouds over here. Blend the bottom down. Bits that I don't like I'll smear into it and start again. Some more paint. This doesn't really have retarder in it, this cloud paint. Okay. I just want some, if anything, I want to bring them down to a faded colour there, so when I put the next layer on, you got stuff in front of it. Okay, this is just enough messing around. Now I'll blend this in. Practice your clouds like I've said before as well. It's nothing worse than trying to do a cloud and you just can't pull it off, but if you practice different methods, they come to you. Alright, now before I dry, I just want to get some stars on there. I've got my paint on the hog bristle, very wet, just to get some stars. There. Now once we put the moons on, and then I haven't painted here yet because that's going to have a foreground. Alright, we'll get our smaller moon cut out because I want the smaller moon about here, okay? So we'll put that roughly where we want it, say about there. This is why I had to dry it. Just tape it on, grab your sponge. Now these moons are not going to be grey, if anything they're going to be bluish. So we want to get blue. I'm using the phthalo blue on the foam here. Now if anything, it's going to be blue with a white edge on that side. So let's play around with that. Now, I want to get a bit of the, I'll do it all blue so that white edge side will get marbly from when the white washes into it. Now we'll use the other side for the white. It might pay to have a few sponges on hand. Now we're going to come around, because this isn't ready yet, but see, I want this edge lighter. So now I'm going to sort of mix this into there, just by twisting it like so. Playing around with it, experimenting as I go. That's fine. Now I want this edge really sharp and white. So this is where I say might need a few sponges. I've got another one ready to go. I'll get that edge that I want nice and white. See, at home you can turn around your table and do all this, but on here it's a bit awkward. And I might want to touch that up with a brush later if I feel like it. But that's pretty much what we want for the smaller moon. Okay? Okay, we'll just get this second moon cut out on there, roughly where we want it. I want it over here somewhere. So we don't want this. We want it to be quite flat, not bubbly. I'll put a little bit here. Now if anything, dabbing around. This is phthalo blue that I'm using here. Just get rid of the stampy looks in it with your sponge. Work with it. You don't have to be in a hurry like I am. Even if you give it some twist, whatever. Now we're going to grab the other side, and of course our white. Now we're going to put some white in there. Now obviously this white that I'm putting on now is going to get a bit dirty from that blue, which is what I want. See, I'll stab it there and there. I'll even deliberately put a bit of blue into that because I want to sharpen that dirty white up with pure white. With a new sponge, totally new one, and crisp that edge up like I did on the other one, but I'm going to have to turn this around a lot to do it, to get to that side. So bear with me. So I want to come from about here. Alright, let's have a look at that, eh? If we can take this tape off. Careful not to disturb your moon as you pull it off, or your planet. See, we can use these as planets, don't have to be moons. But that is what I've been after. That sort of look, okay? Alright, that's dry. What I want to do is see the moons. I want to sit them down into the painting now. They're sort of protruding out. If you like that finish, keep it like that. I'm just going to put some kind of mist over here and in front of the moon and blend that in to sit it down. So something's in front of the moon. You've got to, see, because everything's dry, I've got to work fast. You don't have to do this. And it just glares. Alright, that's all we need now. Now we're going to do the foreground, okay? So see, I've just sat the moons down. I'm going to use my filbert brush. Just got a little bit of water in the dioxine to water it down because I want a hill about, well, we'll cover up where we've gone. Something like that, okay? So then we'll colour all this in. And to me, this is just better than black. It's dark like black. It's going to be a silhouetted foreground. Now I want to grab my fan brush and just scratch the tops up, but very little, not too big. You do it too big, it makes it look cartoony. So we're just going to do that all the way along this foreground, just to whispery, scratchy, silhouettely give it some thing in there. Okay, now grab yourself a precision brush, something because we'll put like a cross on there, like it's on a cemetery hill type of thing. So we'll probably get a cross about here somewhere. So mark it in where you roughly want it, okay, somewhere there. Okay, and get your precision brush loaded up with the paint that you're going to use. I'll try and come closer so you can see. And like this is a flathead, so I'm just going to come straight down that thickness. I'll fill those feathered edges in later. Put your cross there. Grab a bit more paint. Let me get up there first. That's roughly our cross. Now, okay, we'll put a tree over here. So I'll sort of, I'm using a number 6 liner brush. We'll do one, we'll give it like a couple of trunks, but try not to overkill with this tree. And we'll give it something coming out here as well, twisting it as I go. Now I want the trunk fatter, so I'll come up again, twisting it as I go. Alright, so we've got our tree. I've just done a few more little branches on the tree and we've got our cross. Now over here, this corner here is a bit empty, so what we'll do, put that down, take my glasses off, clean my brush. Now I might put just some more little scraggly trees and maybe the silhouette of a hut, okay? So with your hut or some sort of cabin, we'll get our precision brush again. Where did I put that one? Here it is. Okay, I'll get a bit closer. So we want to get a cabin roughly here, so we'll sort of come up there, but we want it to kind of come in front of the moon a bit, so as it's given us that everything's in front of everything and behind everything. So if I can come there, this is just the silhouette of it. Sharpen those corners of the roof up. Roughly something like that. Now because this is paint that's not being blended, you don't need the retarder in it if you're getting used to using retarder and following my work with retarder. Okay, so that's pretty much the silhouette. You could have done this with a knife, I suppose. I'm just using a brush. So we'll get probably one here, one there, and some stuff on the top of it. So these are like behind the silhouette of the cabin. squiggly branches on those, okay? Now, because they're far away, I'm just going to get some paint on my fan brush and sort of get all this on there. Try not to overkill it. Alright, we've finished the cabin and the cross and the trees. I'll just sign it down here. Alrighty, that's signed. Okay, we've signed that. Hope you like that. Now, like my videos, click like, follow me on Facebook at Ian Harris, and subscribe to my channel, and tell all your friends. But if you don't like these sort of paintings, just tell everybody, okay? Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.